Welcome to the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex. Today we are looking at a paper trending on X, and this paper was published on November 27, 2025, about 6 days ago. It introduces a method called flow map trajectory tilting that uses flow maps to look ahead during generation so diffusion models can follow user rewards much more reliably, especially for tricky goals like precise clock times or complex image edits. The paper is titled, Test Time Scaling of Diffusions with Flow Maps. And as we will see later, the implications for test time guidance in generative models are quite significant. Alright, Figure 1 gives a concrete example of why test time guidance matters. The figure compares images from several generators given the prompt, an analog clock showing exactly 4:45. The ChatGPT and Gemini columns show clocks that roughly follow the text but miss the precise time. The FluxDev column gets closer, yet many samples still drift. The Flux plus Flow Map trajectory tilting column finally shows clocks that consistently land on the exact requested time, which illustrates the benefit of flow map-based search. So while Figure 1 showed end results on clocks, Figure 2 illustrates how different look-ahead tools behave during generation. The columns sweep noise levels from totally corrupted images to clean ones, and the rows compare raw, noised inputs, a one-step denoiser, a one-step flow map, and a four-step flow map. The denoiser recovers only a blurry astronaut, which means reward signals stay vague. The flow map rows already reconstruct clear structure from heavy noise, so they can provide much sharper guidance from the very start of sampling. Well, Figure 3 turns that intuition into a full pipeline view of flow map trajectory tilting. The left density shows initial noise samples at time 0, which start many possible gray trajectories forward in time. The central bundle of green paths represents tilted trajectories that use the flow map look ahead inside the reward and occasionally undergo sequential Monte Carlo resampling. On the right, these reweighted paths concentrate into a new terminal distribution that favors high reward regions while keeping sampling unbiased. So while Figure 3 described the mechanism, Table 1 reports how different search strategies perform on the general eval benchmark. The base FluxDev diffusion scores about 0.65 on average, and the distilled flow map alone is slightly lower but far cheaper in function evaluations. Gradient-free searches on top of the flow map recover and slightly exceed the base scores. Gradient-based flow map trajectory tilting achieves the best mean score, while keeping the number of function evaluations comparable to other strong methods. Alright, Table 1 gave raw benchmark numbers, and Figure 8 now shows how those scores scale with compute. The horizontal axis tracks the number of function evaluations, and the vertical axis shows the overall uni-general bench plus score. The red dash curves for best of n and multi-best of n rise slowly and then flatten. The blue curve for the one-step denoiser flow map trajectory tilting barely surpasses them, whereas the green flow map curves keep climbing, which means multi-step flow map look-ahead delivers higher scores for the same or even fewer evaluations. So while Figure 8 summarized overall uni-general bench plus scaling, Table 2 breaks that performance down across every evaluation dimension. The table lists methods in the left column, then reports the percentage of images that pass each criterion such as style, world knowledge, layout, and text generation. Gradient-free best-of-n search already boosts scores over the base Flux model, especially for layout and text. Flow map trajectory tilting, with multi-step flow map look-ahead, achieves the highest mean and text generation scores, so it delivers both better structure and sharper written content at comparable compute. So the big takeaway is that flow map trajectory tilting turns test time guidance into a principled, look-ahead process, using flow maps and importance weighting to steer diffusion models toward high-reward images without breaking correctness. This unlocks richer vision language model-based rewards and more reliable controlled generation. That is it for this episode of the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex. Thanks for listening.